And the importance of that 7-day split that we have, guys, where we stay on these habits every single day for the duration of this program, is that we want to find out what the weak chain is in our system of success. We want to find out what makes us tap, what makes us break. When you find your limits, and they can be broken, man, after you find them, but you're never going to find what the limits are. It's never pushing yourself to the limit, you get me? So this is not a program to make you Mr. Olympia. Rest is really important, guys. But if you've spent the last 10 years, 20 years out of shape, not building the habits, then you need to go through this transformation period of developing and building the habits day in, day out, building that journaling, building that prayer life, building that reflection, building that accountability, building those repetitions in the gym, adhering and honoring your word to yourself every single day, because you need the reps, man. The reps is what you need to build the habit. Once you've built the habit, then you can find out what a different split is. Maybe it's 5 days for you, maybe it's 6 days for you. Maybe it's a maintenance phase you want to go into. Maybe you've got rid of the fat, you've gone through that lean bulk again. Now you're in that filled out physique with that low percent body fat where you're happy in the mirror and you want to lock that in. You're in that maintenance phase now. Maybe you only need to train 4 days a week for that. That's okay, man. I could teach you how to get that too in some other videos that talk about fat loss, transformations, talk about muscle gaining, talk about maintenance phases, all that stuff. Different video. But right now, when you're in that transformation stage, it's really important that we stay on that 7-day split so we can find out what the link chain is in your belief system that breaks, that makes you tap and quit on your goals and your loved ones and yourself and your vision and your purpose, okay? So what I want you to do, if you fail in this endeavor, if you sleep in one morning, or if you miss a bedtime, or if you miss the macros, it's like you get your journal and you're like, here's how I failed. Why did I fail? And then you start to look for the solution. Okay, be like, okay, so maybe I went out last night and I was already super hungry and then I went and had an extra dinner. Okay, well, how many of those opportunities do you have? This is a solution now. You start to reattach it to your mission statement, your why, your value of why you're doing this in the first place. And you're like, well, if I did that habit every single day for this week, I'm gonna be heavier than I was last week. I've blown off that whole week just because I wanted that momentary pleasure. I wanted that momentary satisfaction. I'm never gonna remember. What I will remember is how I look in the mirror with regret tomorrow. What I will remember is how those habits stack up to being the person who I don't want to be. Or inversely, if I'm not going to repeat that again, because guys, learning just means not making the same mistake twice. If you value yourself, if you make a bad decision, learn from it as fast as you can. Build that accountability in your journaling, guys. Like I said, in the morning, you've got your time with God. Then you've got your journaling of your goals and your mission statement. Then you should be reflecting, man. Spend that time in isolation. Why did I fail? How can I become better? What's the solution for this? With that solution has the accountability, okay? And then what if that solution doesn't work? Okay, find another one. Don't settle being the point here, guys. If you make a mistake or make a bad choice, own it and then remaster it and keep applying yourself. These are the skills and tools you can transfer to the rest of your life. If you make a mistake in business or in a relationship, same thing here. It's not just about the diet or about the weightlifting or whatever it may be, man. It's about who you are as a man, what your character is like, taking accountability and responsibility across the board for yourself because you value yourself. What you do matters, okay? So when you value what you do, you need to identify what your weak points are. The purpose of that 7-day split is to find out what the breaking point is. When it breaks, then you know how you can fix it. You know how you can improve. Once you've gone through that phase where you're starting loving the process, you're getting in shape, you love doing the journaling, you love staying on top of it, you've built that habit. And then we actually have to slow you down in the training because you want to be doing it even more and more and more, and your progress might start to stall because you're not getting enough rest. That's when we scale it back a little bit. But don't worry about that if you're just getting started out, guys. You're not going to get burnt out from training too much because our sessions are efficient and they're effective. You're in the gym for like an hour and 10 tops. Maybe even less. Some of these sessions are 45 minutes, including core. If you're training intensely, you're training purposefully, you're getting the right amount of sleep, the right amount of nutrition, you can train every single day. It's only when you're training like an idiot and not tracking your stuff and not tracking your food, not getting the right amount of carbs, proteins, fats, the right amount of calories to support your goals, that's when the system takes apart. So every single system, every single program might have the right value in their own time frame, in the right timeline of success. But right now, when you want to set those habits that are going to take you out of that life you don't want in terms of compromising your word and not following through on that and not having that daily system of progression, you need to focus on everything you can, applying yourself into that 7-day split. focusing on those habits every single day until they're so drilled in, until that mission statement of your why, of who you are, why you're here, what you want to do with your life. And those goals are drilled in so much through repetition, and they're reinforced in that self-talk when you're getting out of that hole in the squat and you're like, no, my loved ones need my best. I have to get back up. I have to provide it for them. I have to be the best. Boom, 1 extra rep, 2 extra reps, 3 extra reps. You're pushing yourself past, and you're reminding yourself in those times of adversity, in those times of trial and temptation, you're reminding yourself of where you're going. A trainability that you're doing every single morning, man. A trainability of value. When you are going through that adversity, your self-talk is going to be your goals, where you're going, and you're reminded of that value, and then you smash and slaughter that temptation. You send it back to hell where it belongs. Yeah. That's what's up. That's what I'm trying to teach you here, man. It's the value and the small attention to detail and the small things. The repetition, guys, is going to build a reputation with yourself. And the reps you put in before, where you're a habitual quitter, a loser, no more. No more, because you know where you're going now. You believe in that. So you sow those seeds every single day to that fertile soil. Started with that repentance. Started with that belief. Now you've got those seeds of hard work and sacrifice, intensity. You can put in and apply yourself. Get that physical representation of that. Get that clarity, get that focus, get that belief, get that confidence. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. The 7-day split. Once it breaks down, you find the solution of why you failed. Maybe you were too tired. That's okay, man. Reach out to a coach. Tell them you got an injury or tell them what's going on. And then from our experience of where we've learned from failing and learning, getting back up, we can condense that time frame and be like, oh, okay, well, look, man, we look at what you've done today. You did like 5 extra sets than you were meant to do. Or maybe you weren't eating the right amount of protein this day. We can look for the weak points that maybe you were not looking for, guys. We can see the holes and poke holes in your system. And then you can be like, oh, cool. But you can do this yourself too, man, through your journaling and accountability to yourself. Because if you're really honest, man, you could do all this program by yourself. But having the coach, having the team, having the community, having that accountability partner is really going to help you get through this, man. So use the resource that you have of the community. Bring a friend on board to do this journey with you, man. Like, the more people you can get around you that want to improve, the more people you can lift up, but the more people that you can hold yourself accountable to, and the more people are going to hold you accountable. So it's like the rising tide lifts all the ships. Like, you get better, they get better, they get better, you get better. We all get better, man. Isn't that exciting? A brotherhood of men you can respect and count upon in your darkest hour or in your best hour. It's like, we got your back, bro, and you got our back. That's awesome, man. That's so good. So good. All right. So, 7-day split, absolutely smash it. And then we're going to learn the lessons as we fail and we get back up. And yeah, man, just trust the process, bro, because there's going to be times you fail. That's okay. I want you to be able to feel what failure feels like so you can learn how to get back up and not make the same mistakes. Then when you've mastered that, then we can work out what is the different program later on down the track. But first off, we're going to nail these habits every single day. And guys, the thing is, you probably won't want to get rid of these habits. You probably won't want to get off a 7-day split because you realize how much value the process and the daily habits give into you. And the man who loves walking is going to get to his destination better than the other guy. He's going to keep that success. Like, the guy who loves the daily habits, the daily steps, is going to get his goals. The guy who just loves the end state reward isn't even going to bother walking the path, man. It's going to get too hard and he's going to quit. But the guy who loves the daily steps, that provides so much value to him, is what makes the end state goal so valuable in the first place, man. So he's the one who keeps walking, and then when he gets his goal, he keeps walking past that as well. He doesn't set these new limitations for himself. He just values what he has. He values the time. He values the opportunity. He values himself. He values loved ones. He values his purpose, his mission. He values everything, man. He's so grateful for his life and he just loves it. So he keeps going day in, day out, honoring his word to himself, just full of value, belief, and confidence, purpose. Love it, dude. Come on. That's you, bro. Follow through on your word to yourself. Stack these wins day in, day out, and you become a habitual winner. Let's get it.